welcome to another styling video that I'm doing in collaboration with S.Deer. I have done a collaboration with them before and I loved the pieces that I got from them. So when they reached out to me actually before my trip to Asia and asked if I wanted to do another one, I was thrilled. Unfortunately, I told them I wouldn't be able to film something before I left. They said, no problem, let's do it when you get back. So here we are. So I've got, I think, 8 things on the rail behind me that we're gonna go over. And obviously I will pop up mod shots here for you so you can see everything on me. But I have to say, everything I got in this particular order, and I picked, by the way, all of these items. None of these were, I wasn't told that I had to pick certain things. So these are all things that I picked because I really think that they align with my style and my aesthetic and what I could use in my wardrobe. So hopefully that will inspire some of you, and let's take a look at these items. So as you can see from the rail, there is definitely a theme here. It is neutrals. Is that a surprise? No, it should not be. So a lot of creams, black and gray here. And what I love about that is that means that I can mix and match these things with each other as well as anything else in my wardrobe. So this first item is this beautiful lady jacket. It is in a tweed. I would definitely say it is very Chanel-esque. You have these 2 pockets, one on each side of the chest there with these buttons. Does have some of this gold threading detailing, which I think is just lovely. They do have these hook and eye closures. So there's the one here, the one in, right sort of in the center of the chest, and then one up at the neck. So obviously you can wear it either open as so, just, completely open so you see whatever you have on underneath, or you could, button this whole thing up, wear it just by itself and make this the top. I think it, like I said, is a lovely piece. It's got buttons, as you can see here, with kind of a faux mother of pearl on the sleeve. There's no, they're just faux. You can't unbutton them or anything. And yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful lady jacket. And I have another cream lady jacket, but I would say it's a little, this one to me is a little more dressy. Not that you won't, or that I couldn't pair it with jeans. In fact, I'm sure you'll see me pairing it here with a pair of jeans, but I think because it does have also, hopefully you can see this, it has a little sparkle sort of, it's tone on tone. So obviously, it's got the gold threading here, but within the actual weave of the boucle or the tweed, it has some sort of iridescent threading going through there too. So I do think that this makes this a little dressier. I mean, I think from far away, it, like I said, still will work great with jeans or black trousers or a silk skirt or over a dress, however you want to pair it. So I think it can go either way, but I think, comparing the 2 different ones that I will have in my collection now, this one to me just feels a little bit dressy, a little bit more elevated. For sizing reference, I did get everything in this order, I believe, in a size medium. Now, I will say that I think that I have found some of the pants, particularly this solid black pair that has the kind of waist trim, a little bit big. I would 100% advise you to look at the size chart. So each item has its own measurements and size guide, and look at that, and I don't think that you will go wrong. Unfortunately for me, when I initially made this list and gave this to her, because we were going to try to get this done in November before I left, I've lost some weight, I guess is my point, between when I initially looked at sizing and looked at, measurements and things, because I know my measurements, I take them every month. If I was ordering them now, I probably would order everything in a small, but just like I said, make sure that you look at the size guide, and that should be pretty foolproof for you. So this piece I think is absolutely fantastic, and talk about a piece that will go with everything. So this is a zip front wool cardigan. I believe it's a wool. Let me tell you the fabrication here. It is, yeah, oh, actually, it's mostly polyester. So 3% wool, 94% polyester, 3% spandex. But what I love about the zipper is it has this on the bottom as well. So you can really customize the look that you want to get out of this. Obviously, you can wear it completely open and, you know, show whatever it is that you're wearing underneath. You can wear this all the way zipped up, all the way zipped down, this, you know, part way down, this part way up, whatever combination and permutation you want to wear this, you know, will suit you well. It's got, you know, just the kind of classic ribbing on the cuffs. This collar you can, you know, either wear more up or you can wear out. You have some flexibility in how you style that. It also is in the ribbed, as you can see, and then there's the ribbing on the bottom. But I just think, like I said, this is such a classic piece and can be worn with so many things. Again, dress, trousers, jeans, skirt, you know, anything that you want to throw this over, I think that this will go great with. And like I said, I just think that instead of, for example, like what I'm wearing right now, which is a more, you know, traditional cardigan from the standpoint of that it's got buttons on it, I think that the zipper just kind of updates the whole look and gives it kind of maybe a little more sporty, a little more, like I said, just a little more up to date. This is another great foundational piece. So I have really struggled with the concept of, or not the concept, but the execution of wearing a t-shirt underneath either another t-shirt or a lightweight sweater or a cashmere sweater or something like that that are both crew necks and still being able to see that t-shirt pop out a little bit underneath. This sweater solves that issue because, as you can see, it's got this built-in little layer here, right? So it's actually like it is two different pieces. It's not like it was, you know, just it is actually, like I said, you know, two different pieces. I mean, it doesn't go any further than that, but it gives the appearance that you are wearing a t-shirt or something underneath this knit, which, like I said, I really struggle with executing because even though I feel like I've got some really higher neck t-shirts, like for example, my H&M Microfiber t-shirts, I start out and they look like they work. And then, I don't know, the sweater just shifts and moves, and then I'm constantly like futzing and readjusting and trying to get it so that the t-shirt shows. And this solves the whole thing. So I was super excited when I saw this on the website because I thought this is the answer to my layering prayers. All right, so you are going to see two different tops here that have kind of a similar look, but a very different look on the body. So this is another, and it's really hard to tell what this looks like. The other one is really hard to tell what it looks like on the hanger. So I'll definitely be popping in, like I said, pictures here of me styling these things so you can see how it looks on the body, because that one, the one in gray that you're gonna see, is really hard to imagine, I think, not on the body. This one I think is a little bit easier. I love the shape of this. So it's like this crisscross draping sweater. Just again, this really soft, beautiful knit. It's got a little, you know, sort of a seam here that kind of differentiates the knit between the arm and the wrist or the sleeve. And then I really, really like the way this comes around. So it almost from the back kind of gives the appearance of a peplum. It's definitely not a peplum, okay? It doesn't stick out by any means, but I just like the way that they changed the knit on this, right? So we've got the vertical here, and then we go horizontal around the back here. I just think it makes for a really great style detail and one that is really flattering when you have it on. You could obviously wear it by itself. At my age and stage in life, I'm not going to be wearing it by itself. So, you know, a t-shirt, a cami, a turtleneck even, depending on what kind of weather you're in, I think would be perfect. This again, let's see what the fabric content is, except that I can't, here. It's because it's all the way up here. 74 polyester, 15% acrylic, 11% nylon. Like I said, it is really, really soft, not itchy in the slightest. I also love that the back is a little dipped down, right? So it's not like all the way up to the neck. I appreciate that sort of style detail, but yeah, it's just, again, a really great sweater. It's a staple, but with a twist, right? And I don't sort of literally mean that because of this sort of twist kind of crisscross shape that it's in. It's a more elevated basic, right? It's just not your average cream sweater that you throw on and go. It has some really pretty style details. I love that it does this crisscross in the front. Again, very flattering, as you'll see from the pictures here, on the body, on what's below it. I just think, like I said, it gives a really nice shape to the body. Okay, so this is the one that, like I said, you need a little imagination and you definitely need to see it on. In fact, when I took it out of the package, because like I said, I had given her my list back in the early part of November, I selected these items, and then because these didn't get sent to me until the beginning of January, I had no recollection of what I put on my list, what, some of them looked like, whatever. So when I took this out of the package, I was like, how does this work? I mean, I then remembered that I put it on my list, but I needed to go back to the website to reference how this was supposed to look on the body. And so you can kind of tell here, again, it's that sort of drape crisscross, but unlike this one, which you can see is much longer, right? This is definitely a more cropped. So obviously you're gonna wanna wear something under this. It looks fantastic over a dress, I think, because the dress just cascades down below it, and you'll see me pair it with a dress here, again, with a t-shirt and jeans. I just think it's a really flattering, and it's cropped in a classy kind of way, but it's just straight in the back, as you can see. And again, it's this really nice ribbed fabric. This to me feels a little more like jersey, like a jersey knit, as opposed to like the cream one, which was definitely more of a sweater. This to me has a sort of a heavier hand, a thicker hand to it. It feels really, really good quality. And I just, like I said, I love the way this front really drapes. And I think obviously you'll see that more on the pictures that I'm showing you of me styling it. But yeah, a fun piece. Just something I think that if you have a lot of basics in your wardrobe, that this would be a great piece to add just to kind of spice things up a little bit. All right, let's talk about the two bottoms that I ordered in this particular order. And this one was sort of along the same lines as this shirt, okay? If you have seen the sort of double layer pants, or the pants that have two waistbands, when I saw this, I thought this is exactly what I need, because I don't want a lot of bulk around my waist, but I get the look of having that sort of layered look in the pant. So it's got this kind of satin trim here, which, like I said, looks like you've got something underneath that you folded over, but it's just, it's all part of that particular pant. And then these are actually a zip up in the back. It does have elastic in the waist. They're very clean, and this is the type of thing where you want to wear a bodysuit with, or again, one of the H&M Microfiber t-shirts would be perfect. Things that are more form-fitting so that they tuck into these trousers and you really are able to see this visual element of it. They're a wide leg pant, as you can see. They're, I love the way they flow. They've got like really nice movement to them. They're not super thin though, so they've got, like I said, a nice hand to them, a nice weight. So they, I think, drape really nicely on the body. They just hang really nicely. And so, yeah, I love the fact that they didn't try to put a fly or anything on this. They kept it very clean, like I said, very streamlined. And so wearing, not to say that you can't wear something over whatever you have on as your layer tucked in here. You know, you throw on a jacket, you know, throw on this cardigan opened up, for example, or even, you know, this lady jacket over it. But whatever you're putting on under those things, you want to make sure, like I said, is fitted and so that it's tucked very nicely and forms to the body so that you can really see this design element. Like I said, I was just really excited to see these on the website, and it was definitely a very quick, in my case, add to list. All right, the second pair, and no, it's not a Dior thing. I just needed a hanger, a pant hanger. I didn't have one that was empty. So this actually is a pair of pants that I've already worn. In fact, I think I wore them the day that I opened the package and took them out of, you know, the plastic bag they were in, because they are almost like a wool trouser. They're not wool, I don't think. They're more of a, I don't even know how to describe them. But it's like wearing a wool trouser, and they are so soft, and I love the sort of window pane plaid that they have on them. They do have, you know, elastic around the whole thing. So it's like you took a pair of men's trousers and then added an elastic waistband with a drawstring. So you've got this very sort of tailored, like I said, menswear inspired print and style trouser, because again, it's a wide leg, but you add this kind of sporty element to the top. They were so comfortable, so warm, because it is frigid here in New York right now, as it is, I think, across the country, at least in the United States. And I just think they're fantastic. There are slit pockets here on each side, and then on the back, you've got, you know, just a back pocket that are just open. But again, I was so excited when I saw them on the website, and then even more excited when I got them in the mail and tried them on, because they're 100% my aesthetic and my style. I love a good menswear inspired look. I mean, that's kind of what I'm going, you know, with. I've got the classic sort of button down shirt underneath this oversized cashmere cardigan. I love a good menswear look, and to have this, which is very menswear inspired, but a little sportiness to it, again, I think is fantastic. Again, with this kind of detail, I would really encourage you to, whatever shirt you're gonna wear or sweater, again, to have it be a little more form-fitting so that you can tuck it in, because I think, you know, being able to see the tie on the front, I think, is an important detail. It's kind of what sets this pant apart from just being your standard sort of menswear trouser look. I love these and already wore them. And our final piece is actually an outerwear piece. So first of all, this has a lot of heft to it. Let's see what the fabric content is. 50% wool, 50% polyester. Now, I could try wearing this maybe tomorrow when it's like supposed to be like 40. I don't think that I would wear this probably when it's 20 degrees. Sorry for my, you know, European and the rest of the world that uses Celsius. I don't know what the conversion is. I'll pop it up here on the screen. But it's pretty consistently been in New York like 20, 25, up to 30 degrees. It's been freezing cold here. But I think tomorrow, or maybe Monday later, you know, next week or whatever, it's supposed to be in the 40s. So I will try this then. But what I love about this, if you've seen is it totem or totem? I've always said totem, but now I'm hearing people say totem. So I don't know. Whatever it is, this to me kind of gives that same look, obviously for less. I love the fact that you can throw one of these, you know, over the shoulder and kind of give this neck detail here, and you can leave this one down. You could honestly also throw this one over this way too, and then you see more of the coat. As you can see, it does have buttons here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. And then I just love this kind of whip stitch on the exterior here. I love it on the armhole here. You've got it on the shoulder as a detail, around the cuffs, around the pocket, and then obviously down each side of the front and along the bottom. And then obviously it is on these scarf pieces which are attached, right? So you cannot take this off. This is actually part of the coat. So this sort of makes the collar in a sense. So, you know, if you don't want to wear it thrown over, whatever, you can just wear these two scarf pieces kind of down, and it makes almost more like a shawl collar jacket as opposed to more of this, you know, sort of traditional, almost sort of pea coat style, I would say. You know, if you take sort of this away and think of this more as a scarf, like I said, to me, this is kind of more, a little more of a pea coat-ish style coat. But yeah, it has, like I said, some heft to it. I have a feeling, you know, if you are in a climate who spends most of their winters in maybe the 40s or, you know, even the 50s, so if you're maybe in the South, Texas, that kind of thing, I think this would be a fantastic coat for you, and just beautiful. I mean, just the quality of it, the seams that I've seen so far really are done well. And I just love this whip stitching. I just think that it's, again, a little twist, just it gives it a different design element than just a plain wool coat. So that's it, guys. That is my most recent collab with S.Deer. I want to thank S.Deer, obviously, for doing this collab with me and reaching out again to do that. I really enjoyed their clothes. I just think they have some really unique pieces. They have some good basics, but they have pieces that if you have a really good fundamental, you know, your basics in your wardrobe, you just pick a couple of these pieces and you really can elevate your wardrobe and have things that you can mix and match with a ton of things, which is, you know, something that I really enjoy, because that's kind of what I like, is mixing and matching different things. If you are interested in any of these pieces, obviously all of them will be linked below. I do have discount codes that S.Deer has very kindly given for me to give to you, so check those out in the description box. There are different levels, so depending on how much you spend, the discount goes up, so make sure you take a look at those. There will also be a link to the entire S.Deer collection for you. So again, thank you to S.Deer. Hope you enjoy any of the pieces, if you like any of these or whatever you might find over on the website. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help the algorithm. And if you like this kind of content, both luxury and fashion, styling, those kind of things, I'd love to see you back here. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know when I upload videos. If you have not seen enough of me yet, there'll be another video over in the corner here for you to watch. And wherever you are, I hope you are having an amazing day or evening. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.